Video and happy 4th of July weekend. Today we're going to be unboxing my clearance find for the week, this Marvel Legends Songbird. Found this at my local Walgreens for the low price of $5. And if you are a Marvel Legends person at all, you understand that the retail on these things is typically $20 to $25. So that is a heck of a deal. Even though I may not have a lot of Marvel Legends in my collection, the aesthetic of this figure alone made it worth the $5 easily. So be sure to check your local Walgreens. They could be clearancing some of these out, and at $5 you just can't beat it. So we're gonna go and look at the package real quick, unbox the figure, and see how it looks. So first off, as I stated, I'm gonna collect a lot of the Marvel Legends stuff. The packaging on these, yes, okay, so the McFarlane stuff for the multiverse, all those packages and boxes pretty much look the same, and Marvel Legends are pretty much no exception to the rule. They may be different, color variations on them, but for the most part, they're pretty static. So nothing too much to brag about there. If you're a fan of the Marvel Legends stuff, you're pretty familiar with the overall appearance of the outside of the package. This figure is from the Build-A-Figure set that contains the Thanos, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure when we did those parts, but who knows. And if you look on the back here, you see a nice little action shot of the figure. And you see also the other figures in the line, which this line contains Captain America, Iron Man, Iron Spider, Proxima Midnight, Taskmaster, Songbird, and Serpent Society. So very, very cool. Wouldn't mind having the Thanos out of it, but I also don't know if I want to drop that kind of money just for Thanos. I do have a really nice one already from the premium Marvel Legends line that has the throne and the gauntlets and everything else with it. So I think I may just stick with that. Let's go ahead and crack her open. Get her out of the package, see what she's like. All right. There we go. Good old trash ski. So there she is inside of her little bubble. They separated her wings into a separate bubble there, so that's very nice. Let's go ahead and get those wings out real quick. I do like the color. I will say that the color, this pink, really pops. It really stands out, so I think that it's going to definitely help the presentation of the figure in a display. So I think this one will not be a bad thing to add to my setup. Like I said, even though I may not have a lot of Marvel Legends, there's a lot of figures that I have I may not have complete collections of. Sometimes collecting really boils down to what you look and what you see, what really appeals to you and what stands out. And sometimes you'll find random figures that are like that. You may not have any other figure from a line, but there's one figure from that line you got just because you really enjoy the aesthetic of it. And this one is very cool. I love the color scheme on her costume. Very cool, the black and white. It all looks really great. I love the color in the hair. Looks very nice, stands out very well, and the gold trim and the accents there, no exception. Belt here just kind of moves around, so that's a little weird. I figured they would have maybe just molded it on, or maybe at least put some kind of a divot there where they could, plug it in and hold it in place. Because if you move around, it's just going to rattle. But that's fine. It doesn't unstrap or anything, so it's pretty much there for life. It's not going anywhere unless you cut it off. Don't recommend that. It looks like the shoulder pads also are not mounted or glued. They just kind of move around, but her hair does a pretty good job of holding that down, so that's very nice. A lot of posability in this thing, as you'd expect from a typical Marvel Legends figure. It's pretty much got all the... Ooh, wow, there we go, guys. Arm right off. So, word of caution, if you buy Songbird on clearance, look out. Her joints may be super disconnective. So, there we go. But went back on easy, so no harm, no foul. I don't plan on playing with it, so that's okay. The hands have, a little bit of movement in the wrist as far as articulation, so that's kind of nice. I think it will give her a lot of posability once you have her posted up. However, I think this would be a figure that would definitely benefit from that NECA flight stand that we used recently for my Homelander by NECA figure. I think that flight stand would do something really great for this figure in a display, so who knows. I may go pick up another one just to give this one kind of a flight stance. But overall, the figure feels great. The joints, outside of that one arm that popped off, feel really good. The paint is very clean, very good. I can honestly say I've never had issues with Marvel Legends stuff, except for, wow, this arm is not having it. It just came right off again. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. Yeah, that's not good. We're just gonna leave that there. So, you have to drill that out and fix it or something. Who knows? It's oof. Real bad. Be careful, guys. Buyer beware. That's a potential issue. I'm not sure if it's with all of them or if it's just this one particular figure, but that's pretty pretty obnoxious. Okay, so let's go ahead and get her wings put on her back. She's got a little notch there in her back where you can simply slide the wings on through a little slot. I can get those in there. You got to kind of hold her hair over the wings. So there you go. Yeah, give her a nice little pose. Ah, that looks very cool, actually. I like that. That looks very nice. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful figure. Yeah, I can honestly say that even though I don't collect Marvel Legends, I've never had issues with how Marvel Legends look. I really do think they do an outstanding job, and I've always been a fan of how they look, even since the early Toy Biz days when I did actually collect Marvel Legends stuff. But yeah, this figure is definitely cool. This is going to look really nice in the display. And these little energy wings here really make it stand out and make it different from everything else. So this was definitely worth the $5 very easily. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get her to stand like that, I don't believe. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But otherwise, great find on the clearance aisle, guys. Remember, check your local Walgreens. Who knows, maybe you'll find some other pieces from the set. And who knows, maybe you can find a full set worth of these from that Build-A-Figure set from Walgreens for $5 a piece. And yeah, if you can find all of them, build that Thanos, and you only paid $5 a pop for the figures, that's a pretty solid deal, so check those out. But that's going to do it for this clearance unboxing. Thank you guys for checking me out. Remember to follow me over Instagram at CollectingRudge. And also remember to subscribe to the channel. When we get to 100 subscribers, I will be doing a video tour of the toy room. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for checking it out, and have an awesome 4th of July weekend.